You know what all can spark a memory? Like earlier today, I just looked up and I saw the trifecta of Robo Reptile, Robo Raptor, Robo Sapien, and it's just like core memory unlocked of me begging my mom to buy me a Robo Raptor, and she was always like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it." Got to Christmas, and she was so excited. She was so excited, and I opened it up and I saw Robo. I was like, "She got me a Robo Raptor." And I ripped the paper all the way off, and it was Robo Amphibian. It was Robo Reptile, not Robo Raptor. And I was still excited because it was in the ballpark.
She was trying to...
And even though it wasn't Robo Raptor, that wound up being one of my favorite toys. So I was actually going to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know what?
Those are things that make you feel good. You hold them close. And sometimes any kind of memory trigger that's here, it's not like you were tortured with that toy and therefore it traumatizes you. There are things that you had fun doing. Personally, I don't remember. We didn't have much in the way of toys, and we didn't know that we were poor. I'm not trying to make anybody feel sorry for me. I mean, we used to get the Sears catalog, and it'd be that thick, and they'd send it to you for free, JCPenney too, and you get to see all those pictures of toys, and you're like, wow, that'd be really neat to have, but we weren't sad because we didn't have it. So playing with, making rocks into a castle, this is my castle, yours is over there, and we got this road, you gotta drive. If you found a brick, that was immediately a bulldozer because it's square, and any kind of paper car or anything you could make, you played with that. Or we'd go down and get a cardboard box and then throw rocks and try to catch them apart. That's a horrible idea because the rock go right through a box and hit you. We did all these things, riding bicycles. I tried to be Evel Knievel and crashed, and like, Mom, watch me, crash into a tree before I even get to the ramp, or slam the spokes through through the tube every time I have to fix the tube, and then crash my bike really bad on the other side. Right, so I'm saying that a lot of these things that we show you they're memory triggers for certain people, and they're collectible for that reason. I don't know that some guys collect guns, but I'm not sure that they give you the same kind of joy that probably these things do. It's comfort to, hey, I own this, and you got to show it to other people. But these things all to themselves give that person joy. It doesn't cost as much as a gun generally, although some of these expansion sets might actually. But understand, they are, one of the things that kind of trips me up about people that complain, why are you doing that? That stuff's just toys. They're just, same with sports cards. Oh, why would you collect that stuff? Well, that guy might have been following that team all those years, and he was watching that player, and he really was hoping that Chipper Jones was going to be a great player. And guess what? He became one. And then later on in life, he's like, hey, I got a chance to buy a Chipper Jones rookie. That made me feel good. Because I remember following Chipper Jones and Andrew Jones or whoever, Greg Maddux, and getting all into the Braves there. Not that I was a fan. So what I'm saying is, why would you want to steal that person's ability to be happy? I remember sitting in the mall at a collectible show, and I don't know how many times women would be shopping, and I'm not trying to pick on women, and the guys would be there talking about, oh, this is something I like, and maybe I'd get that. I would like to have that. Boy, I don't have that. Well, we can do some trading. So a woman comes along, what are you doing? Playing with these things. These are for kids. These are toys. Why would you spend money on that? So I would always, be kicked back, and I was like, hey, ma'am, what is it that you buy in this mall, which we were set up in a mall, it's going to be worth the same amount when you leave, much less more as time passes. All this stuff here becomes worth more as time passes. Anything you buy in this store is not going to be worth more. Anywhere in this building, they're not going to be worth more. At that time, I was incorrect because Hallmark sells these painted horses. They sort of have some value. But you guys need to realize that everybody that criticizes, like the jocks who weight lift and all that stuff, that's great that you feel good about that. But why can't other people feel good with other things? Let's all let everybody be happy.
The Wind Rider Cup. So a cool thing, this line, when this was released, these were actually based off of Flying Beast mounts. from Kalimdor. These were actually used by the Tauren and Orcs. They were sacred to them, used in high altitude scouting and battles. But this plush comes with an in-game version. Oh, on the tag, guys, I don't know if you can see it. There's this little gray piece right here. If you scratched that off, there'd be a code. You can enter that code and you'd actually get this mount in the game. So as a adopt the plushie, you can get in real life. You got the matching Wind Rider Cub pet in World War.
Kind of cool.
So a little bit of facts. Both of these plushies, they were limited production. They were originally sold on the Blizzard Gear store for about $25 a piece. Now they're collector's items. So still sealed or tagged, as this one is preserved on the tag. They're looking about double or triple on eBay.
Interesting. I didn't even know these things existed, and that's the way it works with me.
Now, a little bonus fact. Blizzard actually used plushie sales towards charities.
Really?
So when you bought these, you actually helped real life causes.
Tie something even nicer to your memory. And I helped somebody. Instead of giving it to the guy on the corner, I bought this and they gave it to somebody.
So yeah, whether you're Horde or your Alliance, these little Murlocs and plushies, they're peak Blizzard merch.
And they're doing a good thing.
So follow us for more World of Warcraft collectibles, rare finds, lore-loaded deep dives, and if you've got Gurkey or Wind Rider Cub in your collection, tag us in a video. We want to see what you have.
Let us know. See you guys. Here we are working out what we're going to show to you guys next. And it is amazing how many different things we have to deal with. Today we've been doing a lot of Blizzard products, which is StarCraft and World of Warcraft. One more World of Warcraft product that Cameron here is going to show you guys.
This is actually a hidden gem, and it's kind of bittersweet to talk about it. So usually I'm very fired up. It's actually the World of Warcraft trading card game, more specifically the Molten Core raid deck. So if you remember back in 2006, these released. They were very popular for a very short time. The reason being is trying to reestablish World of Warcraft as the MMO. They released the trading card game as a way to ride off of the popularity of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, which was starting to make a comeback after Pokemon smacked everything into the dirt. Thing is they don't make these anymore. Reason being is Blizzard actually rescinded the license. Upper Deck is no longer able to make them. And the reason is if you ever played it, it was a terrible card game.
Wasn't very good.
So when they made these, it was the idea of playing it's going to make you want to play World of Warcraft. So
Not a good motive.
what you do is you have boss cards, boss monsters, and these are essentially you. When your boss dies, you die, and you build your raid deck, your raid party with the smaller cards, which I'm not going to pull out because they're protective sealed here, and with how these aren't made anymore, they are of good value. But the thing is these monster cards, these boss cards were ridiculous. There's very bad balancing problems. So just to read you a few of the abilities, and this was you're going to see a very good trend here. Gehenna. At the end of your turn, Gehenna deals 3 shadow damage to target opposing hero chosen at random. Then you flip Gehenna. She gets +2 attack while attacking. Attack only heroes. At the end of your turn, Gehenna deals 1 fire damage to each opposing ally. Flip her back. Lucifron. Start of your third turn, flip Lucifron. At the end of your turn, deals 6 shadow damage to each opposing hero. There were no count. You just took the damage. So it wasn't the whole card game wasn't who has the better skill. It was who can defeat who fast. And each one of the heroes had ridiculous abilities where as soon as you played them, they just dealt automatic damage. Tied in with the complexity of needing abilities, monsters, and all that, it just kind of fell off because it was very unbalanced. And the only reason it got to the point where people were still buying the card game is because they had what was called loot cards. Loot cards, what they are, they're essentially cards.
That one's not been scratched.
This one's still in the protective casing. It's been graded. There's a little scratch off on the card that if you scratch it off, it gives you a code that allows you to redeem specific things inside of game. This one is rest and relaxation. Specifically, it allowed you to unlock the picnic basket, which allowed you to do a little picnic scene animation that lasts for 3 minutes, where your character will sit in a picnic table with a hibachi grill and animate for 3 minutes. That wound up being the only reason people bought the card game, was so they can get those loots, so they can get free stuff in the game. Not only that, the reason it fell off is Upper Deck, which was the third-party producer of the card game. They had some issues with people counterfeiting the game. So people were printing off counterfeits because they didn't have anything to really trademark the card. So people were just buying third party. They were losing money, and it wasn't really working on the marketing side of things. So Blizzard wound up pulling the license to the tabletop game.
You were talking that they felt like that other online game